No, it is not just you. This is why men are becoming introverted. Recent studies suggest that 7 out of 10 men now spend more time alone than they did 5 years ago, pointing to a growing trend of introversion. Men are becoming introverted for 2 different massive reasons. The first is it's a reaction to people, society in general. They tried being extroverted, they tried going out a lot, they tried socializing and making an effort, and they've only got betrayed, drained, and really annoyed and frustrated with people, so they've become gradually more introverted over time, enjoyed their own company, enjoyed the company of just 1 or 2 people, and that's why. And then some are forced by society, by people, by bad rejections, breakups, etc., to become introverts. And that sounds a little bit like me. I was forced because friends really hurt me, stabbed me in the back, betrayed me. I was rejected a lot in dating, and I just couldn't relate to most people, especially with the way society, modern society especially, was going. In this video, I'm going to reveal other reasons, real, important, meaningful reasons why men such as yourself are becoming more introverted. And it's not a big deal. It's a good thing, because who wants to fit in with most people nowadays anyway? Extroverts are dominating 2 areas: dating apps and, of course, social media. Last time I had a personal social media account was around 4 or 5 years ago. I had an Instagram account, but I felt obligated, manipulated as well, to try and fit in with everybody else. Everyone, men and women, were constantly showing off their lives, showing off money, showing off what they were doing, sharing really personal information, whereas I didn't feel comfortable with that. And therefore, I realized that it was all a show. It was all superficial, and it was totally not worth it. Therefore, I deleted my personal social media and have never looked back. Extroverts are basically dominating it because they are extremely narcissistic. They need to show everyone and everything what they're doing pretty much 24/7. And let's also talk about dating apps. The more extroverted a man is on his dating app profile, the more likely statistically he's going to get a match, a date, and so on. But men are like that. I don't like taking selfies myself. Yes, I know I'm on YouTube, but I don't like selfies. I don't like photographs, and that's not an insecurity thing. It's just not really my vibe. It's not really my style. But again, the more narcissistic and extroverted and out there you are on a dating app, the more you'll stand out. But again, who are you standing out to? You're standing out to another extrovert. You're most likely going to attract a narcissistic person if you act like a narcissist yourself. That's why men are hiding away, walking away, and staying away, and becoming more introverted. There's also the fear of being misunderstood. When a man puts himself out there, conveys his ideas, his core beliefs, his true beliefs, and he's not a complete weirdo or a freak, 9 times out of 10 he isn't, he fears being misunderstood. But that, again, is not his fault. If you look at the majority, if you look at what people are saying, if you look at the utter woke nonsense that's going on in the world, where is he going to get understood when he holds on to more traditional values? When he's a bit more level-headed, where he's not basically doing things for clout? With the fear of being misunderstood, the fear of triggering pretty much a very sensitive society and people, with the fear of just causing arguments and debates that last for hours on end, it's not worth participating. So he is better off sharing his ideas online, or again, with a small circle that actually understand exactly what he believes in and agrees with him as well. I'm not saying these men are extremists. I'm not saying that they're very, very, very right-wing, left-wing, whatever. They're just doing their own thing, believe and see the world their own way. And rather than fitting in with conforming with the society and people that basically disagree with everything he believes in, it's just not worth it. Socializing also drains men's energy. The older a man becomes, the more selective he should and needs to be with the friends, family, and people he associates with. He could have a family himself. He could have children, or he could be married. He could have a wife or a girlfriend. Who he chooses to socialize with as he gets older is extremely important, because the wrong people, the toxic people, the difficult people, the manipulative people will drain his energy. So therefore, he's got no energy for his wife, for his goals, for his fitness, for his health, nothing whatsoever. By draining his energy, he becomes more depleted and his life becomes more difficult. Whereas if he's more introverted and extremely selected on who and when and why he socializes, he's got more energy for far more important, meaningful things which have a better return on investment by his presence. Parties, clubbing, dancing, and even going out drinking feels empty and shallow. It's a young man's game to go out now. It's a young man's game to go partying and to go to all these venues, etc. And I'm not saying never to party, but if you're doing it all the time, blowing your money constantly, if you're wasting your time and energy that way, it's empty, it's shallow. The ancient Greeks used to say everything in moderation, and I totally agree with that. If you every now and again party, if you every now and again let your hair down and drink, that's so much better. For example, in the last 6 months, I've got drunk once and massively decreased my alcohol intake. Therefore, when I do get drunk, when I do let my hair down and I don't get that much drunk, I don't get really, really drunk to the point where I'm paralytic and completely knocked out, I enjoy it more. And I let my hair down more. And it actually is fun and is a bit more meaningful. But parties are empty and shallow. So why would a man want to be extroverted and throw himself into the lion's den of a nightclub, a dance floor, etc., when again it's just so superficial and a waste of time? Before we continue, let me tell you about some life-changing guides I've created from the SCG show. Unlock your full potential with these life-changing guides from me, SCG, packed with insights, strategies, and practical advice to help you thrive in every area of your life. Explore them now and you can get 50% off in the description and pinned comment below. And also, I'm running a course bundle where you can get all these guides together for a very good price. Let's continue. Remote work has fueled isolation. Now, this has never been a shock for me because I've been self-employed and worked remotely for 15 years. I'm used to it, but of course, since 2020, more and more men started working remotely. In fact, more and more men started preferring working remotely. Take me and take people in London, for example. I used to drive to an office. Yes, I work remotely, but I used to have an office as well. But since 2020, I now work from home and work in another place as well, which is nearby. There's no more getting on trains. No more traffic jams, no more stress and anxiety, and even other business owners and other people are working remotely and they prefer it. Why do they want the stress of the trains? Why do they want the stress of travel and stupid drivers and congestion as well? It is totally, utterly not worth it. But through that remote work, it is easier, happier, and to a certain degree, mentally healthier, despite what the myths say that it's not good to not talk to people and see people, than actually going to an office full of clowns, full of drama, full of idiots who are just going to waste time and not be productive. Bonding feels much harder now. This applies to friends. This applies to dating as well. If a single man is finding hard to actually connect with another person, male or female, then that's actually not his fault. He's tried, he's put himself out there, he's tried dating, but he'll say, I get dates, I get matches, but 9 times out of 10, there's no connection. That's because if he's relying on dating apps and online dating especially, they are pushing the wrong matches, the wrong people towards him to give him the illusion that he's actually progressing in dating when actually he's wasting his time. It's the same with friends as well. He could be friends with someone that he met in high school or even at university, but if they go on different paths, if their lives and their opinions change, if traumatic events happen which actually rock their core being, how can they relate anymore? They can't. One might get jealous. One might have nothing in common anymore. That's what happens. And with that bonding and bonding in general feeling harder and more drained and more stressful than ever before, it's better to be introverted and be alone from that nonsense. Speaking of which, solitude feels safer and healthier because men aren't appreciated socially. So why would you want to, once again, put yourself in an environment as a man? Get yourself into a situation. Be around individuals and people who are not good for you, who don't bring anything good to the table, who don't actually appreciate and understand you. It's not worth it. You can go out with friends who will abandon you. You can go out with friends who might even scam you for money. You can go out on dates where women don't say who they actually are, and they actually might be working for somebody who's trying to rob you. Who knows? I'm not saying all people are like that, but there's a danger behind it. There is uncertainty. It's unsafe. People are crazier and weirder than ever before. But how much healthier and happier and safer is it being in your own environment? You see, men are now making their homes, their workplaces to a degree, that even where they live, their heavens. It's their community, it's their safe space. And it's not because they're afraid, it's not because they can't handle the world, it's because it's better. It's mentally and physically better to be in your own environment of your own creation, your own fortress of solitude, than being out there in that chaotic, stressful, crazy, unpredictable world and society and people. This is not just young people, it's older people, people the same age as you. It's a complete mess. I became much more introverted over time, and frankly, there's no way back. Yes, I know I show my face on YouTube, but at the end of the day, I'm a private person. I don't do that much in public. I certainly don't talk a lot in public as well, and I don't want to share my news or anything. I like my own space, I like my relationship, I like the friends I'm with, I like the family I have, and it's a small circle, and I plan to keep it that way. Hardly anyone is going to come into it, and if people exit it for whatever reason, they'll either be replaced or I'll be okay on my own. And that's the key here. Men are okay on their own. That is why they're introverted. It is not unattractive. It is not pathetic. It is not beta male, etc. for you to be an introvert. If anything, in today's unforgiving, chaotic, stressful, ridiculous, and rather narcissistic world, it's probably the right way to be. That is, to be more introverted than extroverted as a man. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell notification if you haven't already. If you'd like to connect with me, I offer one-on-one coaching and personalized consultation calls. Simply check the link in the description below and book a day and time that suits you, as I'd love to connect with you. Please also do me a favor and share this video with someone who you think would really gain value from the message that's in it. So that's why men are becoming introverted. Have you become more introverted as time's got on, as you got older, etc.? Please share your story in the comments below. I would absolutely love to read it. And thanks for watching.